Probably my first curling memory is riding the rocks down the sheet. I started when I was 4, so and I was brutal when I was a little kid. But yeah, I earned Drayton Valley Curling Club, and my parents took me down because they were going to practice, and they didn't want to pay for a babysitter probably. So they ended up taking me there, and they let me ride the rocks, and that was, I still do that when I'm 27 still occasionally. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with life. I didn't have a specific passion. I liked cooking, I liked playing sports, but wasn't necessarily really good at anything, so I was just kind of finding my way. But curling was the one constant thing that I could do pretty well, so I stuck with it, and it was pretty great to, finally get a really great opportunity to curl at an elite level. Call of Duty was pretty much how Reed and I decided we wanted to curl together. We didn't really know each other all that well, and so we played Call of Duty for about a year, talked lots, and we got to know each other. So it was really cool to even get to know him, let alone continue to grow a really great friendship with him over the last 5 years, really. I honestly think that's the reason I got a chance to. He took a chance on me. My business partner, Farron Asham, and we ended up really talking through Twitter. We decided we wanted to build something together. We started Dynasty about 3.5 years ago, and the company, it really kind of came out of nowhere. We had absolutely no idea how large it would get or how quick and how much support we would get. So it was it's very, very cool feeling to see your brand out there and your logo and people enjoying wearing it and wanting to show it off. Never could have imagined creating something like that. Dynasty is not only a clothing company. We wanted it to build culture and to, create a fan experience or some interaction between curlers and fans. And the way we do that is through making quality apparel that the players actually want. Val Sweeting's team and Carrie Anerson were two of our flagship teams right off the hop. They gave us a chance that first year to, create something that fit, and there was definitely some growing pains, but they stuck with us, and we've been loyal to them since.
Straight for me, please. Shift your feet a bit. Rotate your feet. There.
We get the call from Sportsnet to make some really quick jerseys for the Sportsnet Selects team, which is Jeff Stoughton, Jamie Korab, Nolan Thiessen, and Dave Nedowin. We create these amazing jerseys. Kevin came up with this awesome design, still one of my favorite ones ever, and we get them made just in time. Everybody stays late at Valley Fashions. They drive it to the airport to make sure it gets on the plane. Take it to Port Hawkesbury, they lose a bag. And this is like 6 hours before we got to go to, we got to drive another hour and a half to Port Hawkesbury from Halifax. So stuff ends up getting to the hotel just in time for Stoughton to get his uniforms to go on the ice and play the first game. Otherwise, they're playing in their T-shirts. So that would have been a very embarrassing moment. So obviously that affected me pretty hard there. I didn't get very much sleep going into that event. I'm in a very strange position making the clothing and sponsoring my competition. So I have to pretty much put everyone else's needs ahead of my own, which can be humbling too.
I can stick him in. This is pretty packed here.
Yeah.
So, and I'd like to hopefully wrap everything up before the game starts.
Oh yeah, this is packed here.
Yeah, I want to blast through all that and get all that done, and just pack everything up because I want to make sure everything's done today.
Okay.
So I had to line up every single player, and the real tough part was, when people come off the ice and win, it's okay, but when they lose, there can be some issues. So some teams, if they win, they're in to the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. It was not a fun job to rope them over and try and make them smile and do hero shots when they're not feeling like heroes. But it was really great. Everybody was really great sports about it. For example, Kyle Smith from Scotland, he's devastated. He missed a shot to win that he probably makes 9 out of 10 times, and he's ultra mad at himself. And the first thing he does is, he's disappointed. And he looks at me. He's like, "Right, I told you I'd do that. I'll come over and do it." So those are the people we want to be involved with. I want to breed culture within the curling world. So If you're a junior team in Wassetna, Alberta, and you want to look and feel like Jennifer Jones, you can do that. I really want to bridge that gap between the players, the elite tour players, and the average fan, or the prospective little kid who maybe, if they don't have that connection, they don't continue to curl for the rest of their life. So I want to build culture and make people feel a part of something. So that's why we started Team Dynasty. And we're trying to find different ways to help support curlers and youth curlers.